You know how some people are born into the spotlight and others kind of stumble into it? Well, Khloé Kardashian did neither. She was sort of shoved into it by a reality television camera crew while eating cereal in her kitchen one morning in 2007, and honestly, she's been figuring it out ever since. Today, we're taking a gentle stroll through the life of Khloé Alexandra Kardashian, the self-proclaimed fat, funny sister who turned out to be neither fat nor just funny, but something far more interesting, resilient, wealthy beyond measure, and surprisingly good at selling jeans on Instagram. So grab your green juice, settle into your Calabasas-adjacent mindset, and let's talk about Khloé. The early years. Khloé was born on June 27, 1984 in Los Angeles, which is a bit like being born in the center of the entertainment universe, except with better weather and worse traffic. Her parents were Kris Jenner, the matriarch who would later become the blueprint for turning your children into brands, and Robert Kardashian, the attorney who would become famous for defending O.J. Simpson. Now, growing up Kardashian in the 80s and 90s wasn't quite the spectacle it would later become. They were wealthy, sure. Robert was a successful attorney, and Kris had an eye for opportunity that could probably spot a business deal from space. But they were wealthy in that quiet Los Angeles way, where you have a nice house in hidden hills, and your kids go to good schools, but you're not exactly on magazine covers. Khloé was the third daughter, which in any family means you're either going to be the peacemaker or the rebel. She chose a bit of both. While her older sisters, Kim and Kourtney, were doing their thing, Khloé was the tall one, the funny one, the one who said what everyone else was thinking but with more colorful language. And here's where life got complicated early. Her parents divorced when she was 7, and her father passed away when she was just 19. That kind of loss does something to a person. It either breaks you or it builds something in you that's harder to crack. Khloé got the latter. Reality bites and pays well. In 2007, a little show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians premiered on E! Network. The premise was simple: follow this Armenian-American family around Los Angeles and film whatever happens. What could possibly go wrong? Or right. As it turns out, everything went right, at least from a financial standpoint. Khloé became the breakout personality for a lot of viewers. While Kim was the ambitious one and Kourtney was the dry-witted skeptic, Khloé was the one you'd actually want to get drinks with. She was unfiltered, loyal to a fault, and had this way of making a fight about borrowed shoes feel like the most important diplomatic crisis of our time. The show ran for 20 seasons. 20. That's longer than most marriages, which is ironic considering how much the show documented the family's various romantic entanglements. But let's talk money, because that's partially why we're here. Each season, the family's paychecks got bigger. By the later seasons, the core family members were reportedly earning hundreds of thousands per episode. When you do the math across 20 seasons, multiple spin-offs, and reunion specials, you start to understand how reality television became less reality and more extremely lucrative business venture filmed in real time. Khloé didn't just show up and collect checks, though. She launched spin-offs: Khloé and Lamar with her then-husband, Kourtney and Khloé Take Miami, and Kourtney and Khloé Take the Hamptons, because apparently they were taking entire cities at that point. The romance department. Now we arrive at the part of Khloé's story that's been both her most public and most painful, her relationships. In 2009, after knowing him for exactly 1 month, which in celebrity time is like 3 years, Khloé married NBA player Lamar Odom. And here's the thing, by all accounts, they were genuinely in love. He was charming, talented, and they had this chemistry that translated even through reality television's typically wooden editing. But life has this way of throwing curveballs, especially when you're living it on camera. Lamar struggled with substance issues, and the marriage struggled with everything that comes with that. They separated in 2013 and eventually divorced, but not before Khloé showed up for him in 2015 when he was hospitalized and fought her way back to his side. That kind of loyalty, even when a relationship is over, tells you something about someone's character. Then came Tristan Thompson, the NBA player who would become the father of her children and also the subject of approximately 8,000 tabloid headlines. They started dating in 2016, and in 2018 their daughter True was born. Beautiful moment, right? Except days before True's birth, news broke about Tristan's infidelity. Not ideal timing. And then it happened again and again. The relationship became this on-off situation that played out across social media, tabloids, and eventually more reality television. In 2022, they welcomed a son via surrogate, though by then they were no longer together romantically. Through all of this, Khloé has been remarkably open about the pain, the forgiveness, the anger, and the complexity of co-parenting with someone who's hurt you. She's been criticized for taking him back, praised for her grace, and analyzed from every possible angle. It's a reminder that even with all the money and fame in the world, heartbreak still just hurts. The empire. But Khloé Kardashian is more than her romantic resume. She's built a genuine business empire, and we should probably talk about that. There's Good American, the denim brand she co-founded in 2016, which launched with the then revolutionary idea that jeans should fit different body types well. The brand made over $1 million on its first day. Not its first month, its first day. It's now valued in the hundreds of millions. She's had fragrance lines, clothing collaborations, a book, and more endorsement deals than you can count. Her Instagram, with its hundreds of millions of followers, is essentially a money printing machine where a single post can be worth 6 figures. Then there's the real estate. She's bought and sold homes in Calabasas like some people swap out throw pillows. Her current mansion is a 17,000 square foot situation that looks like what would happen if minimalism and luxury had a very expensive baby. Her estimated net worth hovers around $60 million, though with the Kardashian-Jenners, these numbers are always a bit mysterious, like they're playing their financial cards close to their very well-dressed chests. The transformation. We should probably address the elephant in the extremely well-decorated room. Khloé's appearance has considerably changed over the years. She's been open about working out obsessively, less open about potential cosmetic procedures, and the internet has had opinions about all of it. What's interesting is watching how she's navigated this. She's admitted to feeling like the ugly sister growing up, dealing with comparisons and struggling with her appearance in a family where looks are literally currency. Her transformation has been celebrated and criticized, often by the same people. But here's what strikes me. Underneath all of it, she's still the same person who'll clap back at ad trolls, who'll organize her sister's pantries for fun, who'll show up for her family no matter what's happening in her own life. So what do we make of Khloé Kardashian? She's incredibly wealthy, yes. She's famous for being famous, sure. But she's also a single mother working to build something for her children, a woman who's had her heart broken on an international stage and got back up, and someone who turned being the other sister into being unforgettable in her own right. Is her life relatable? Not particularly, but it is human with all the mess and complications that come with that. And at the end of the day, isn't that what made us all tune in to begin with? Not the mansions or the money, but the reminder that no amount of wealth protects you from being human, from hurting, from trying, from figuring it out as you go. Khloé Kardashian is still figuring it out. She's just doing it in designer clothes with considerably better lighting than the rest of us.